afternoon. This is Abhinendra Som and you're listening to the news in detail on Gold FM.
The news headlines on Gold FM.
Fuel prices hike for January. Death toll rises in Galin-Bindrumava house fire. Illicit liquor leads to 5 deaths. I'm an innocent man, an innocent president, says Maduro. South Korea calls for new face in relationships with Beijing. And from the world of sport, Pakistan gears up for Sri Lanka tour.
Top story on Gold FM.
A 36-year-old mother died in hospital after her husband set fire to their family home in Galin-Bindrumava, bringing the death toll from the incident to 3. The victim succumbed to her injuries at the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital following the attack, which occurred at approximately 2 o'clock this morning. Her 43-year-old husband and their 13-year-old daughter were killed at the scene after petrol was used to ignite the house. 3 other family members, including 2 children aged 20 and 15, and their 66-year-old grandmother, remain in hospital receiving treatment. Police confirmed that they previously mediated in domestic disputes involving the couple and noted that the suspect was known to suffer from a severe alcohol addiction.
This is the local news on Gold FM.
5 people died and 3 others remain in a critical condition in hospital after consuming suspected illicit liquor in Vennapur. Police report that the victims, who included employees at a local grinding mill, fell ill after consuming the bootleg alcohol 2 days ago. 3 workers died shortly after being admitted to the hospital, while 2 further deaths were reported in Vaikkala and Thambaravila. 3 survivors are currently receiving emergency treatment at Nigambu Hospital. A woman suspected of manufacturing the illegal spirits was arrested this morning, as investigators believe all the victims purchased the alcohol from the same source. Fuel prices were revised with effect from midnight today. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation announced last night that the price of a litre of Lanka Auto Diesel and a litre of Lanka Kerosene will increase by 2 rupees, while the price of Octane 95 petrol and Super Diesel increased by 5 rupees per litre. However, there is no change in the price of Octane 92 petrol. With this price revision, the price of a litre of Auto Diesel is now at 279 rupees, Octane 95 petrol at 340 rupees and Super Diesel at 323 rupees. The new price of a litre of kerosene is 182 rupees. Lanka IOC and Sinopec also revised their prices in line with Sipetco. In more local news, all tuition classes, lectures and seminars related to the 2025 GC Advanced Level Examination are banned as of today, according to the Department of Examinations. The ban will remain in effect until the examination period ends. Postponed A-level subjects will be held from January 12th to 20th at 2,362 centres nationwide. The Criminal Investigation Department launched an inquiry into a sophisticated financial scam where a fraudulent company impersonated the Colombo Stock Exchange to swindle over 17 million rupees from unsuspecting investors. The perpetrators allegedly used the official name and logo of the Colombo Stock Exchange to pose as a registered financial consultancy and investment firm. According to the complaint, the group lured victims through a fake mobile application, promising high returns by investing their deposits directly into the stock market. While the total theft is confirmed to exceed 17 million rupees, the CID is still working to determine the exact number of individuals who fell victim to the digital use. Former Minister Harin Fernando appeared before the Badulla Magistrates Court this morning in connection with an ongoing case involving alleged violations of election laws. The charges relate to an unauthorized procession held in Badulla town on the final day of the general election campaign. Magistrate Udit Gunatilaka has ordered the case to be recalled on the 5th of May. Fernando, who was arrested and released on bail in November last year, remains under investigation for the suspected breach of election regulations. Parts of Sri Lanka are on high alert for landslides following intense rainfall triggered by a low-pressure system developing in the Bay of Bengal. In the last 24 hours, Lahugana, Ampara recorded more than 173 millimeters of rain. Authorities issued early warnings for several communities in Kandy, Matale, Nuwara and Badulla districts. To manage rising water levels, engineers opened 2 sluice gates at the Kalawava reservoir, discharging over 1200 cubic feet of water per second. Meteorologists expect the weather to deteriorate further from the day after tomorrow, with heavy falls of up to 100 millimeters predicted for the north, north central, eastern, Uva and central provinces. In the meantime, the Minister of Foreign Affairs called for an immediate de-escalation of tensions in Venezuela following the drastic military intervention and capture of President Nicolas Maduro. In an official statement, the government emphasized the need to respect international law and the United Nations Charter, specifically urging all parties to uphold the principles of national sovereignty and the prohibition of force. Sri Lanka underscored that the safety of the Venezuelan people and regional stability must remain the top priority through diplomatic dialogue rather than military action. The ministry also called on the UN Security Council to take an active role in finding a peaceful outcome that respects the sovereign rights of the South American nation.
Now for some news in brief.
The Special Central Committee meeting of the Government Medical Officers Association, or the GMOA, is scheduled to be held tomorrow to discuss possible actions in response to the government's failure to intervene and address issues affecting the health sector.
The business news on Gold FM.
The Securities and Exchange Commission issued a stern warning to corporate financial advisors to maintain market credibility or face penalties and public reprimands. SEC Director Manuri Veerasinghe stressed the legal requirement to verify prospectus information, labeling advisors as gatekeepers, while CSE officials noted that the previous listing applications faced rejection due to inadequate due diligence. Regulators urged advisors to prioritize investor protection and ensure companies meet continuous listing requirements to prevent securities from sliding into watch lists. Siam City Cement Lanka Limited appointed engineer Thusitsi Gunavarnasuriya as its new Chief Executive Officer effective from the 1st of January, succeeding Nandana Ekanaika, who remains as chairperson. Gunavarnasuriya, who previously served as the Chief Operating Officer, takes the helm after driving significant top-line growth and improving earnings performance for the cement manufacturer. The Sri Lanka Ports Authority signed a terminal service agreement with French shipping company CMA-CGM to increase container cargo volumes at the Colombo port. SLPA Chairman Admiral Sirimevan Ranasinghe finalized the pact with the Marseille-based company, which operates over 650 vessels worldwide. The partnership aims to expand direct trade and transshipment operations, connecting Colombo to global markets through local agent Haley's Advantis. Precious metal prices and defense shares rose sharply following the US abduction of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Gold climbed more than 2% to $4,433 an ounce, while silver rose by nearly 5% as investors moved money into safe haven assets amid heightened geopolitical risk. In Europe, defense stocks saw gains in anticipation of increased military spending, while US energy companies rose on expectation of greater access to Venezuela's oil reserves. Oil prices edged lower in early trading today as markets weigh the prospects of increased crude output from Venezuela. Brent crude futures fell to around $61.55 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate slipped to $58.06. The downward pressure comes amid speculation that Washington may ease sanctions on Venezuela following recent political developments, potentially adding more supply to an already saturated global market. Analysts suggest that the expectation of higher production is currently offsetting any immediate concerns over supply shocks or regional instability. A new locally made ride-hailing platform, Go, officially launched in Colombo, promising a more transparent model for both drivers and passengers. The platform, which secured $1 million in seed funding through a partnership with the David Pearce Group, was unveiled at an event yesterday. As a fully Sri Lankan-owned venture, Go aims to challenge traditional booking systems by allowing passengers to choose from multiple fare offers sent by nearby drivers.
International news on Gold FM.
Abducted Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro pleaded not guilty to drug trafficking charges in a Manhattan federal court yesterday following his capture by United States Special Forces. The 63-year-old appeared in prison attire and shackles, declaring himself a decent man and the president of his country before the judge intervened. His wife, Celia Flores, also entered a not guilty plea to related conspiracy charges during the hearing. Back in Caracas, Vice President Delcy Rodriguez took the oath as interim president. United States intelligence assessments indicate she is the most viable candidate to maintain order in the immediate aftermath of the raid. President Donald Trump told reporters the operation targets drug cartels rather than the Venezuelan people and confirmed plans for American oil companies to begin rebuilding the nation's energy infrastructure. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung called for a full-scale restoration of relations with China during the first visit by South Korean leader to Beijing since 2019. Meeting with President Xi Jinping, Lee signaled a stark departure from the confrontational stance of his predecessor, aiming to balance Seoul's vital security alliance with the United States against its deep economic reliance on China. The high-stakes summit comes as Beijing seeks regional allies following a diplomatic rift with Japan. President Xi urged the South Korean leader to stand on the right side of history, invoking the shared history of resistance against Japanese militarism. While the leaders signaled cooperation agreements on technology and trade, Lee continues to walk a delicate diplomatic tightrope with a visit to Tokyo planned for later this month. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky appointed former Canadian Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland as an advisor on economic development. Announcing the move on social media, Zelensky stated that Freeland's expertise in attracting investment would help strengthen Ukraine's internal resilience and support its eventual recovery. In a further administrative reshuffle, the president also appointed the veteran diplomat Sergei Klisteva as the first deputy head of the presidential office.
Entertainment news on Gold FM.
NBC Universal's Peacock is integrating Dolby's full set of picture and sound technology, calling the move a streaming first. The move was announced last night at CES Las Vegas, or the Consumer Electronics Show, and was said to keep sporting events and Premier League more engaging to viewers. Dolby says its tools address streaming viewers' complaints that the picture can be too dark in certain scenes.
Sports news on Gold FM.
Sri Lanka meets Pakistan in Dambulla tomorrow for the first of 3 T20 internationals. The match begins at 7 p.m. local time. The series offers the national team a chance to reset following a difficult tour in November, where they suffered 3 major defeats against Pakistan during the Tri-Series. And that's all the news for now. Stay tuned to Gold FM for the latest updates and the next news highlight at 1:30 p.m. This is Avinindra Soma for Gold FM News.